There are lots of ways to create a bar chart, but today we are going to create a bar chart using an amazing technique that is using jitter plots. Jittering is a technique for separating overlapping marks on a views. This technique is quite helpful to give marks some extra room by separating it in different columns. That can be done by using any sort of dimension. As you can see in this chart, we are showing sales percentage by region, and each dot here represents a product, and the size of each dot or a circle represents the sales value. So bigger the dot, bigger is the sales value. So this technique helps us to reveal the hidden data and make it easier for us to visualize how the data is distributed across multiple regions and across multiple products within a region, and also by the sales value. So having said that, let's get started and see how we can build this jitter bar chart in Tableau. Welcome back, this is Gurpreet from DataViz Canvas, and in today's tutorial we are going to learn about how to create jitter bar chart in Tableau. So as you can see on the screen, we are showing the jitter bar chart where we are showing all the different dots or marks representing each product in the form of a bar chart. And here you can see we are showing each bar is representing the sales percentage by region. So for this, we'll be using the sample superstore datastat. So let's open a brand new worksheet. And as you can see here, I'm already connected to sample superstore dataset, and I am using just the orders table. So in order to do that, we will have to create a calculated field where we are trying to create random numbers on the x-axis. So I will simply give the name random x, and I will use the random function and click OK. So this random function, if you notice, it's not represented or not shown in the calculation on the right hand side. But this function is still used to return a random number which is in the form of a decimal number between 0 and 1. So that's how we can use this random function just to represent random numbers. So simply by pressing OK, we have created a calculated field for x-axis. Now we will create another calculated field, same random field for y-axis. So in this case, I will just give the name random y-axis, and you can use random function. So because we are using random function in to calculation, so in order to avoid duplicate, I will simply multiply this by, let's say, 10. So it will give me two different values. Like if there is in case a chance of getting a duplicate value for the same record for x and y axis, so I'm just trying to avoid that situation, and I'm just multiplying it by 10. So press OK. Then we have created random x and y field. Now I am just gonna create another field for columns, and in this I am just saying I will be using a random x field which I created, and I will press OK. And then I will be creating another field for rows, which I will say rows, and I will say random y. So I'm just creating an extra step. You can just use it in one step rather than creating rows and columns. I would have used random x and random y directly, but just to keep it clear and make it simplistic, I have just changed the name here and created two additional calculated field, which was not actually required, but just to make it clear that this is how we are going to use it. So rows is random y. So click OK. Now I will be bringing rows to the row shelf and columns to the column shelf, and you will see this circle is created in this sheet. Now what we need to do, so in the example which I showed you earlier, here I am using a region as a bar section, right? Bar axis. So in this scenario, we can either use the same thing. We can bring region from location into columns. So it will show you 4 different regions, and we can bring region into color shelf as well. And once we do that, then we simply go into column and row shelf and select column value and change it to dimension, and do the same thing for row and change it to dimension. And you will see these values are created here. But now I want to bring product to the detail shelf, because in each of these columns I want to show all the products. Right now you are seeing just a region with 1 column and 1 row value, but I want to see in the central region all the products to be displayed here in each of these columns, right? So I will bring product name into detail shelf, and you will see all these products are created here. So that is all the products which are present in these individual region category. And now once I created this thing, I want to make sure that each of these bar actually show me the number or show me the height to show the sales, total sales in this region. So what we will do, we will create another field which we will give the name as bar height, and we will say we want a fixed LOD calculation, and we want it by region, and I want sum of sales. So this will give me the sum of sales by individual region, right? But I want the percentage to show the height, so I will say divide this value by fixed, and I want sum of sales. So this gives me the percentage of individual region, like how much sales value it's for individual region. So I will just change it to sales. So here you go. So that's my bar height. And once it's done, I will bring this bar height into the into here. So once we do that, I will be doing bar height here, and we will change it to dimension, actually the discrete value, and you will see the numbers here. So the numbers are there, but still the bar size is not changed. This is not changed because the row calculation, which is showing the height, it's not changed. We have to change the row calculation here. So the row calculation which we created earlier, we have to say this random y value, we have to multiply this by the height which we created. So I will just say into bar height. So what it will do, so the random value of the rows which we are showing here from 0 to 10, once you multiply it by bar height, this height will be changed. And you press OK, and you will see it here. So this is 21.8%, and it's still this level. And this one is 29.5%, it's showing it here. And in order to change this number, we will need to do a little bit of formatting. And I will simply right click on that and go to format and change it to percentage value. So it will show it in a much cleaner way. And then simply we need to do a bit of formatting. So I will remove the title, I will remove the headers, row headers, I will remove the column headers, I will go to formatting, and in the borders, row dividers, I will remove the pane divider as well as pane divider for the column side, and I will go to the grid lines. I don't want that. I will change it to none, and same with 0 lines. Once we have done that, we will do a bit of more formatting, and I will hide the field labels, and I will go to individual headers and go to format, and we'll change the size to, let's say, 12, and I want to keep it a gray color, and I will go to the percentage label and go to formatting, and maybe would change the size to, let's say, 16, and I will keep it a bit white here, and I will change the background. I prefer darker background, so I will use black in this case, and I can go and change the color here and we can use any color you want. So I will just use these ones and press OK, and here you go. That's how we create jitter bar chart. And also, like, if we want to do a bit more formatting, and actually we haven't added the size of the sales here, so we will simply go to sales and bring it to the size mark, and I will increase the size here, and we'll change the marks to shapes, and here I will select the circle, and in the color mark we will change the opacity, and you can change where it looks a bit better, and you can see the background as well. So that way you can see it here, like this circle, it's showing the sales of 9 grand, and if you select the smaller one, it will tell you the sales of $178 only. So that way you can change the shape, size, and even if you want to select any other shape or a square or rectangle or anything, you can do that. So different shapes you can use, and also you can use stars or snowflake shape. So that way you can create a jitter bar chart. Hope you guys like this session, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message or share a comment below, and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you.